has it been, 5 months, almost 6 months.
Like 10 car pileup. Tyler's car got completely destroyed. I'll update you guys as we come, but it's fucked. And welcome back to the vlog. It's only been like 5 minutes of us being out in this Florida heat, and I'm already dripping, so I figured before I get even more soaked and sweaty and gross and all dirty and stuff, then I will start the vlog out. So the crown is finally back. We are lowering it right now and fitting some wheels around. I am going to have to swap these faces over. This is a 9.5 and that is a 10. Whoever put these wheels together when I first bought them, I couldn't figure out the fitment issue. In the front, one would poke more than the other. Lowers are extended the exact same. Top hats were the exact same. And one just fit different than the other. I rode it for a couple weeks, ended up taking the wheels out just to inspect the tires, noticed that the faces were different. So Ty is gonna get a pair of the 9.5s with the medium disc on it, so it's gonna be closer to 0 offset, and those are gonna go in the front of the crown. I'm gonna take a pair of the Vaugards monoblock ones, which I actually just put on the front of the C35. So they look pretty good. The back of the C35 is up, so that's why the fitment is like that, but it is pretty close. Being that I had to mess with the suspension when both of these wheels are on, knowing that they're the same wheel, same tire, same face, same offset, I'm gonna have to mess with the front before I get another alignment, and then I'm just gonna keep the 10 wides with the super low disc in the rear of the C35. But crown is tuned. I know you guys haven't seen much videos and stuff on this. It's been away. It's been sitting at a couple different shops, just waiting for somebody to step up and tune it. And finally,
Shout out MT Fab.
shout out to MT. We'll link it down below, his socials and everything. Go check him out. He let us put the car there. Basically, Ty and I took everything apart, put everything back together how he wanted it. He wired in the bridge harness. He did all of the Haltech stuff, tuned it, basically step by step, you know, told us what to do, as well as taught us along the way. And so we learned a decent amount. So I guess once the car is lowered on the ground and got wheels and stuff on it, we will show you guys this. I'll do another full build breakdown on this car, probably doing some rips and stuff. I've yet to drive it. Ty's just been enjoying it the past couple days with no alignment, so that's why we're lowering it today, try to get an alignment. But full video coming on this soon. We'll explain everything we did to the engine, the big turbo, the kits, all that jazz, and then take it for some rips and so forth. So I know Ty's hype. He's ready to actually start driving it and stuff, so that's what
It's been, what has it been, 5 months, almost 6 months, and it's just been down. It was at the shop for like a month, but he had other cars he had to get to, and it's finally back.
Finally back. So we're fitting some wheels on this today. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen some sneak peeks of this bad Johnny over here. Bad Johnny, but a headache. I already don't like G's and Z's, and then I acquired one, and then I now don't like them anymore. So we'll talk about this car here later. We're gonna get Tyler's car dialed in for suspension. I'm gonna go probably inside and go swap the faces in the AC, and then once we start putting the cars back together and stuff, bring you guys along, probably go rip on the crown a little bit, and then yeah, we'll dive into this. So stay tuned, hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back. It's been like 3 weeks since the video's out. Let's get back to it. We got both wheels apart. I swapped the super low disc over to the 10 wide, so that's what I'm just starting to put together right now. Ty lowered the rear some. I think he's also going to lower it like another ½ an inch or so, and then he's doing the front right now.
Blowing big gas. Oh, bro, we were just talking about fucking blowing gas at a baby concert, but we're not talking about the goddamn the illegal shit. We talking about the E85, bro.
E85.
Is those welders certified, bro?
Oh God, they is OSHA certified.
You know he's the master tech welder when you got this sticker on your helmet, bruh. Where the hell is it at? Where it at, bruh? Oh. Check that. Check that. Check that.
That's
check
certified. That's certified.
that. People's got to tap in, bro.
Oh, God.
Instant 5 extra voltage when you're, when you're welding on that. But
340 voltage.
340, bro. But yeah, Ty's lower in the front.
What the fuck?
Lower in the front right now, and I'm gonna try and hopefully finish up with these wheels, because at that point the pair of 9.5s is going on Ty's car, and that'll allow him to go get an alignment. So step by step, about to turn the tunes back up and then get on with our day. All right, y'all, KFs are done. Your boys got the squeaky white Johns out today. Vaugards are on the rear, fitted quite nice, a little bit higher than before, but remember, big boy is squatting on that power. We could mess with fitment a little bit more with the front KFs, but we're gonna leave it as it is. Pretty much matched the same height that it was before. We counted threads as well as using a measure tape on how much room there was, and it's pretty matched, so we're just gonna leave it as it is. We know it rides and drives well. We can get it aligned there, and doesn't seem to rub there. So once he comes back out, I just checked his oil, all is good. It's been running great. Shout out MT again, and it's definitely a fun car. So we'll do a build breakdown review on this, ripping it around, you know, go through the whole details. Just one, in case you want to do a NAT build, or two, in case you want to come through Ozy Imports and pick yourself up a crown and do the same thing yourself. So when he comes out here, we'll get it turned on, we'll warm it up a little bit, probably give you guys some vroom vroom so you can hear it, but check that out. Trying to block out the wind. KF's on the front, Vaugards on the rear. And we come over to the C35, Vaugards on the front, KF's on the rear. I do have to mess with that height. I also have a Jenny stock on that side, so it's kind of like uneven. Once I get both sides on, we'll be able to see if we can dial that in. But Vaugards look great. Super hyped on this. Gonna have to dial in some fitment. Also get different lug nuts, because these are a pain in the butt to get lug nuts that fit because of how like deep the socket well and stuff is. You can't get a socket outside of it. You have to have something that goes inside, or one of the lug nuts that, like, I'll explain everything later. But she's sitting, she's looking good, fitment is great, and Tyler's car is done. So off he goes to the alignment, and then we'll figure what the rest of the evening plans are. Dude, of course this wind comes through and is messing up my audio. Sitting at 40 PSIs, my boy. Fuel pressure. Just so y'all know, there was a filter on the turbo. We're putting another filter on the turbo. The one we got was iffy, and I think because of the heat and because of when it, you know, was hitting quite boost, I think it kind of like tightened on and expanded it or sucked it in or something, and like kind of cut it. And so,
tell you what happened. Come here. So,
I think I gave her a little bit too much sauce. I think that's the bottom line. Gave her a little bit of sauce. I was at work, popped the hood. I was like, should probably check everything before I leave work. Slice, look at this shit. So it could be the heat, because it produces a lot of heat in the bay, but first time ever, I did a first gear pull. I think it just couldn't handle the sauce, bro. That's what happens when you're making like 1,500 horsepower.
Give us a little rev before they leave.
Gotta, you know, take precautionary measures.
Why? You got that Optima.
I don't have the best terminals, bro.
That boy thinks he's a low guy again. Crazy boy. Kid hits like 18 pounds, I think, at 4,000 RPMs. That big turbo hits so late, but it's crazy because like in video and in person, you'll be going through and it just ripping. And while we've got a little bit till Ty gets back, he just got done with the alignment over at Carlito's. Said the car drives great. So shout out Carlito's for that alignment today. Figured I would talk about the G35. So I picked this up off of a friend. He bought it with a misfire, did plenum gaskets, valve cover gaskets, cam and crank sensors, all new hoses, bunch of new stuff. I got the car because he just doesn't have time for it and so forth. And it is CD09. It is an 06, so I do believe it is a rev up. Got a bunch of extra parts and stuff. I just did the fuel pump on it the other day, but I figured I would ask for y'all's help. I cannot figure out this misfire. Brand new coil packs, brand new spark plugs. Engine is really clean. And so I got it to run the other day after doing the... Oh, let's get that in there. I got it to run the other day after doing the fuel pump. Not very hard. Boom. Turns on. Bad misfire. If I have a video, I'll try and put it in. But after the misfire, I ended up using Justin's snap-on code. It said that it came from bank A, which I was told is the passenger side. And so because everything else has been replaced or fixed or whatever, I'm like, you know what? Let me pull the VVTi solenoid off. I did. I put direct power to it, 12 volts, and it engaged. I'm like, okay, well, maybe what I'm reading is wrong. And driver's side is bank 1. So I took that VVTi solenoid off, put direct power to it, and it didn't engage. First weird thing is, if that's bank 1, why did that engage? If that is bank 2, well, why is that the one not working? Come to find out, both solenoids were replaced in the past, not by my friend, but by somebody else in the past. And so I put the 2 brand new ones on. Since then, no start. So fuel pump is priming, and on accessory it gives fuel, on crank it gives fuel. Seem to have spark, but I don't know why it's starting. Brand new solenoids are on, and then I put the old ones back. I'm like, you know what, let me put both of the old ones back, see if it fires up, see if it starts. No start whatsoever. So no check engine lights, don't know where the misfire is coming from, and now no matter what, the car won't start. It turns over, it sounds a lot better, but both VVTi solenoids, no matter which configuration I do, I put both old ones on, put a new one in an old one, then I put a new one in an old one, then I put 2 new ones. No matter what configuration I do, I cannot get it to start. So maybe it tripped something out. I left the battery undone for a while, checked a bunch of fuses and plugs over there, changed some out that just kind of looked crusty. None that were blown, still cannot figure it out. So I think the last thing I'm gonna do is try and take the coil pack plugs off on both sides, make sure that they are plugged in correctly, because I know it is a common issue to, I guess, mistake 2 and 4. One looks longer than the other, so you think that it would go to the longer one, but it goes to the short one. At least that's what I was told. So we will dive into this further down the road. Looks like it's about to rain. We finished up with the Laurel and with Tyler's car. Poor LS still just sits over there. Rear's got to get lower eventually, but at least the rear's on a good alignment right now, so I'm like not gonna mess with it. Fronts look pretty good. I'm gonna mess with those. So then maybe we'll mess with the rears before we get in alignment. Who knows? But for now, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. With that being said, if any of you have any ideas, tomorrow is Sunday. I'm probably gonna just try and get this video out sooner than later, and then I got a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. So we'll make another vlog. We'll dive into the G. I'll do some more testing. It is black interior. Really, really clean, really mint. Don't know where the bottom seat is. You know what? I think it's in this garage. But yeah, black interior, CD09, rev up. Little bit of heat, you know, caused some of this stuff to tear, but overall, you know, it was just going to become a content car, become a beater car, something everybody can rip on. Some of the homies can learn to drift, and we can't do that until this is figured out. So drop some comments down below if any of you guys have GZ DE experience, and hopefully we can get this figured out. So we'll check on Ty when he comes back later. Justin, I think, is coming over, and we'll figure out what we're doing for the rest of the day.
Boy, motherfucking car meet.
All right, well, we got a couple minutes of decent silence. About approximately 5 hours later, we have arrived to Clean Culture After Meet. We got here early, and you know, there was just, you know, traffic coming and going, but the boys just pulled up, and that's all we care about.
Cars and roller coasters.
Yo, Dad, cars and roller coasters. There's a couple shenanigans that I'm not gonna put on the films because I don't promote hooning, revving, and crazy music, especially when they ask you not to. But Crown is a line, said it was driving super well, banging on the KS, and the Foggy's in the rear. Some actual decently cool cars. We'll walk around here in a little bit, show you guys what we're cranking, but Auto Spa, hit the boy up, Images Auto Spa, he'll get you right. I was saying Images Auto Spa, bro.
Yeah.
They'll get you right.
Show them this. There's a frog in that bed.
Where?
Right there.
Oh! What up, dog?
So much. Oh, I forgot he came up rapping distribution. My expectation and dodging you, nigga. Let's get it poppin'. Oh, pussy ass nigga.
Snap on the back of my perm. Ice, the bird. I'm shitting on all you little turds. Can't take that difference to turn. In my own life, it's the murder.
Orlando's hottest ever. This got one of them 2Js in it, huh?
Nah, it doesn't. Man, that's crazy. All my old schools got power steering.
Something I wish I never had to film, like 10-car pileup. So I feel like an asshole filming this shit, but like, I guess I'm fucking bringing you guys along. Tyler's car got completely destroyed. Box truck fucked him up, and there's like dumb amount of cars here. I'll update you guys as we come, but it's fucked.